Today, in the room where it happened, I want to talk about the beginning of our technology boom, what people call the dot-com boom or whatever. You have to remember something. We were still valuing companies the old way, okay? So our first technology stocks that we brought out, we were valuing them exactly the way we would value, let's say, bringing out like a car parts company, okay? And so what happened is we lost the deal to another firm. We had gone in at 810 on the old way of doing things. They had come in like 1214. They then, during the marketing period, went 16, 18. I think they priced it at 17. So it wasn't valued differently. They just stretched the old evaluations, okay? But the stock didn't trade down. So we had an all hands on deck meeting. Everyone there, the traders, capital markets, the bankers, research, everybody saying, what do we do? I mean, we had lost this deal. I know it's one deal, but we took it very seriously. And so they went over all the evaluations. We went over the pitch books. I mean, you have to understand, the best people in the firm were sitting in this room. And so we were going nowhere. And then research, the queen of the internet, said, you know, we've been working on a new way of evaluation, and we call it discounted future cash flow. And anybody who's been in the business knows that this then became the way that we valued dot-com companies. And frankly, it made sense, because what do we do with an eBay? What do we do with an Amazon? What do we do with these corporations that could not scale up in America? They could scale up globally. I always remember this commercial a long time ago. Maybe you remember it, maybe not. There's three young men, programmers, sitting around a speakerphone talking to some woman, and she's saying, what if we have 100,000? They go, okay, we're good. What if we have 1 million? They said, okay, we're good. And they said, what if we had 10 million? They say, we are fantastic, okay? That concept we have to take from a commercial, which everyone can say, okay, that's a great thing, to put into a prospectus, a RED. And I want to go back to our information pyramid. Look, in my business, data information comes from three sources: REDs, prospectuses, Qs, and Ks. After that, they must tell us the truth in those three items. And they can use their own language. We may not understand it all, but after you read several thousand of them, trust me, you can understand what they're trying to say, what they're not trying to say, and so forth. So in other words, we had to write a RED that we could bring out a new issue on that could, in the end, protect us against being sued against if the issue failed. You know, no one ever sues you when the IPO goes up. They only sue you when it goes down, all right? So they discussed this thing, discounted future cash flow. And so just to, excuse me, compress time, this had to go through the lawyers. This had to go through all the bankers. This had to go through, we had to meet with asset managers. We had to meet with all our counterparties. I mean, this was no small thing to come up with a new way of evaluating corporations. So anyway, up comes the deal that we do it on. And instead of bidding like we may have done in the past, 10-12, we bid 18-22. We win the deal. We take it 22-26. We take it 26-30. We price it at 28. So that morning that it's opening up, we're down there to trader and say, just like you think in the movies, the guy's got like, 3 levels of screens in front of him. He's got like 9 screens in front of him. And so I myself am interested. So I go out to the trading floor to watch the opening of the stock. It's delayed, and when I go out there, much to my surprise, there is virtually the entire senior management of the firm standing behind the trader in absolute silence. No one saying a word. The trader is opening the stock. He's in total control. He has firms around the world all plugged in. He's got it all right in front of him. So anyway, we opened the stock like at 42. It goes up to, I think it closes like at 62. And from that moment on, it was ollie and free. The .com boom had started, and you were in the room. Like and follow, and certainly make any comments.